Good evening. My name is actually Pastor John, my wife Pastor Carmen. And I mentioned that to you because I had an event with my health a few months ago. It made me sad to think that I would no longer be able to do what we do. We restore families that are devastated by divorce, by drug abuse, by incarceration. So it was important for us to continue doing the work that we do. I had an accident a few years ago, and this man here treated me for that. Little did I expect that I would have a re-event of that thing. But in the middle of August, I was in the bathroom and I sneezed. And the disc that had been affected by the accident went out and paralyzed me from the waist down. So I hung onto the wall and to the towel racks until my wife could come and carry me on her back to the bed. I remained in that bed for 13 days without ability to move at all. If I turned my neck, I would scream. I was afraid that the neighbors were going to call the police, thinking she was beating up on me or something. It was one of the most horrifying things that have ever happened to me, to the point that I began to pray. I looked up and I said, Lord, is this where I finish my days in a bed without ability to move? Haven't I served you? Haven't I been a pastor? Recently, didn't I lay hands, my wife and I and another pastor, didn't we lay hands on a man and pray for him because his wife asked us to pray and give him his last rites? He was 2 hours away from death, and 3 days ago the man was in his garden. And I said, Lord, wasn't I a part of that? Why am I here? There's a saying that you all have heard: God works in mysterious ways, His wonders to perform. I remembered that saying while I was there. And I said, along with the many people that were praying for me, I said, if you lift me up, I have to make my way back to where I found comfort. I didn't scream at him. I didn't say, God, why didn't you just heal me like you did that man? There was a death. Why didn't you just heal me? Because I know that sometimes He makes arrangements and He moves among people like this, that know your body, that know the things that go wrong, and they begin to make you better. And I knew that if He would raise me up, that I would make my way through that door one more time. And after 13 days, I sat up all of a sudden. My wife came into the room and began to cry because she couldn't figure out how I had sat up. Well, it went uphill from there. I was on my way. When I walked through this door a few weeks ago, I was in crutches. Some of you might have been here when I came in with crutches. It was hard for me to walk. Really painful for me to walk. It felt like somebody had stuck a sword down my leg. And the first time that I felt that pain, I asked my wife to give me a hacksaw. Had she given me a hacksaw, I would have cut my leg off, thinking that that's how I could eliminate the pain. Well, it was back, and it was with a vengeance. But I made my way through that door, and this man, I had heard him one time when I was here the first time. I heard him pray just before he laid hands on me and began to manipulate me, as they say in ministry. And that comforted me. Why? Because I'm a pastor. It made me feel good that this man was dedicating his hands to someone bigger than him and bigger than me. And when he did manipulate me this second time, I walked out with my crutches in my hand.
Oh.
So I thank him for obeying. I thank him for his dedication. I thank his wife also for standing behind him and helping us to feel good.